Your biggest struggle is not your circumstances. It's not your past. It's not even the people around you. It's the noise in your mind, the thoughts that replay when everything is quiet, the doubts that show up when you're trying to focus, the inner voice that questions your worth, your direction, your future. You wake up tired, not because your body is exhausted, but because your mind never rests. And the worst part, most people don't even realize they're fighting a mental battle every single day. If you've ever felt mentally overwhelmed, distracted, or emotionally drained, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Not because this fixes everything instantly, but because reminders like this help you stay grounded when the noise returns. Now let's talk honestly. Toxic thoughts don't shout, they whisper. Toxic thoughts are dangerous not because they're loud, but because they sound familiar. They sound like, I should be further ahead. Why can't I focus like other people? What if I mess this up? I'll start when I feel better. Maybe this is just how I am. These thoughts don't feel like enemies. They feel like truth. And that's how they slowly take control. Not by force, but by repetition. A thought repeated often enough becomes a belief. A belief lived long enough becomes an identity. And suddenly, without realizing it, your mind is no longer a place of clarity. It's a place of conflict. Your mind was never designed to process everything you consume. Yet every day, you feed it endless information, opinions you didn't ask for, comparisons you didn't need, news designed to provoke fear, social media designed to hijack attention. And then you wonder why you can't focus, why you feel restless, why peace feels temporary. Mental clutter is not a personal failure. It's a modern condition, but awareness is the first step to freedom. Focus is not a talent, it's a skill. Many people believe focus is something you're born with. You're either disciplined or you're not. You're either mentally strong or you're not. That's a lie. Focus is trained. Clarity is practiced. Inner peace is built, not discovered. The reason focus feels hard is because your mind has been conditioned to react, not to lead. Before you can clear your mind, you must understand this. Your mind follows whatever you repeatedly give attention to, not what you want, not what you say, what you feed. The cost of unchecked toxic thinking. Toxic thoughts don't just affect how you feel, they affect how you live. They lead to procrastination, overthinking, emotional exhaustion, lack of consistency, self-sabotage. Not because you're incapable, but because your mind is constantly pulling you in different directions. A distracted mind cannot build a focused life. Before reclaiming peace, you must admit, some thoughts are not helping you survive. They're preventing you from thriving. You are not your thoughts. This is one of the most important realizations you will ever make. A thought is not a command. A thought is not a fact. A thought is not you. It's simply something that passed through your awareness. But when you believe every thought, you surrender control. Mental strength begins when you stop asking, why do I think this? And start asking, do I need to keep this? Not every thought deserves your attention. Some deserve dismissal. Why inner peace feels so rare. Peace feels rare because silence feels uncomfortable. When things slow down, unresolved thoughts surface, unprocessed emotions rise. Truths you avoided start knocking. So many people stay busy not because they're productive, but because they're afraid of stillness. But peace is not found by running. It's found by facing. Before you can reclaim inner peace, you must be willing to sit with your mind without judgment and observe what's actually there. The first shift from reaction to awareness. The first step to clearing toxic thoughts is not fighting them. It's noticing them. Awareness creates distance. Distance creates choice. Choice creates freedom. Instead of, I'm anxious, you learn to say, I'm noticing anxious thoughts. That small shift changes everything. Because now, you're no longer drowning in the thought. You're observing it. And what you observe, you can change. You don't need to silence your mind overnight. You don't need to force positivity. You don't need to escape your thoughts. You need to retrain your relationship with them. By now, you understand something crucial. Your mind isn't broken. It's overstimulated. And toxic thoughts don't control you because they're powerful. They control you because they go unchallenged. This part is about learning how to interrupt the noise without suppressing your emotion and and without pretending everything is fine. Because peace doesn't come from denial, it comes from direction. Toxic thoughts thrive in automation. Most toxic thoughts aren't new. They're old scripts playing on autopilot. The mind loves familiarity, even when it's harmful. That's why you can know a thought is unhelpful, feel it draining your energy, yet still replay it again and again. Not because you're weak, but because repetition creates grooves in the mind. The goal is not to erase these thoughts, but to interrupt the pattern. The power of mental labeling. One of the simplest yet most effective tools for mental clarity is labeling. Instead of arguing with your thoughts, you name them. Examples: this is fear talking. This is comparison. This is overthinking. This is self-doubt. Labeling creates space. Space breaks identification. Identification is what gives thoughts power. The moment you label a thought, you stop being inside it. And once you're outside it, you can choose differently. Focus returns when your body feels safe. Most people try to think their way into peace, but peace begins in the body. A tense body signals danger. A relaxed body signals safety. And the mind follows. That's why toxic thoughts spike when you're tired, you haven't eaten well, you're overstimulated, you haven't rested. Before you blame your mindset, check your nervous system. Simple resets: slower breathing, grounding your feet, relaxing your jaw and shoulders, sitting still for 60 seconds. These are not small things. They tell your body, I'm safe. And when the body feels safe, the mind becomes clearer. The myth of constant positivity, trying to stay positive, often backfires. Because positivity without honesty becomes pressure. You don't need to replace every negative thought with a positive one. You need to replace it with a true and neutral one. Instead of, I'm failing, try, I'm learning and adjusting. Instead of, I'll never focus. Try, my focus improves when I reduce distractions. Truth calms the mind. Exaggeration agitates it. Reduce input to restore clarity. You cannot heal a mind that's constantly being flooded. Information is not neutral. What you consume shapes how you think. Before reclaiming focus, reduce doom scrolling. Constant notifications, negative commentary, mindless content, not forever, but intentionally. Mental space is created by subtraction. Silence is not emptiness, it's recovery. The difference between thinking and ruminating. Thinking is purposeful. Ruminating is repetitive. Thinking moves you forward. Ruminating keeps you stuck. If a thought has no solution attached, it doesn't need more attention. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me act? Is this leading to clarity or confusion? If it leads to confusion, it's not wisdom, it's noise. Train your attention like a muscle. Attention follows practice. If you've trained your mind to jump every 5 seconds, focus will feel uncomfortable at first. That's normal. Start small. One task at a time. Short periods of deep focus. No multitasking. Focus is not intensity, it's presence. The more present you become, the quieter the mind gets. Why peace feels boring at first. Many people return to chaos because peace feels unfamiliar. Chaos feels stimulating. Peace feels slow. But slowness is where clarity lives. Before inner peace becomes comfortable, it feels empty. That's the withdrawal phase, not failure. Stay there. You are not meant to eliminate thoughts. You are meant to lead them. Control does not come from force. It comes from consistency. Your mind was never meant to be silent. It was meant to be guided. Peace is not the absence of thought. It's the absence of inner chaos. And inner chaos doesn't disappear overnight. It dissolves through leadership, patience, and practice. This final part is about making clarity your default. Not something you chase only when life falls apart. Inner peace is not a destination. It's a daily practice. Most people treat peace like a reward. I'll relax when things settle down. I'll feel calm once this problem is gone. I'll focus when life gets easier. But life doesn't get easier first. You get steadier first. Inner peace is built the same way strength is built. Through repetition, through intention, through consistency. Small, daily moments of awareness reshape the entire mind over time. Stop trying to control life. Control your response. One of the greatest sources of mental suffering is the belief that you must control outcomes. You don't. You only need to control your attention, your interpretation, your response. Life will surprise you. People will disappoint you. Plans will change. Peace doesn't come from preventing this. It comes from not collapsing when it happens. A calm mind says, this is happening and I can handle it. Build a mental filter. Not everything gets access. Before toxic thoughts lose power, you must decide what enters your mind in the first place. Not every conversation deserves engagement. Not every opinion deserves consideration. Not every emotion deserves expression. Peace grows when you develop a filter. Ask, is this useful? Is this necessary? Is this aligned with who I'm becoming? If not, let it pass. Not everything deserves a reaction. Some things deserve distance. Create a daily moment of stillness. Stillness is not wasted time. It's mental maintenance. Even 5 minutes of intentional quiet can reset your entire nervous system. No phone, no noise, no stimulation, just awareness. This is where clarity strengthens. This is where thoughts slow. This is where inner peace deepens. Stillness teaches your mind, I am safe without distraction. Why discipline creates peace. Peace is not laziness, it's order. A disciplined life reduces mental clutter. When you sleep consistently, eat intentionally, move your body, organize your time, honor commitments, your mind relaxes. Because chaos thrives in disorder. Peace thrives in structure. This is why self-discipline is self-care, not punishment. When to step back, not push harder. Sometimes clarity doesn't come from effort. It comes from stepping back. When your mind feels overwhelmed, pause, breathe, ground yourself. Burnout creates mental fog. Rest restores perception. You don't lose progress by resting. You lose progress by ignoring your limits. Protect your peace like it matters, because it does. Your peace affects your decisions, your relationships, your consistency, your health, your future. Guard it carefully. You don't need to explain your boundaries. You don't need permission to step away. You don't need approval to choose calm. Peace is not selfish. It's foundational. The quiet confidence of a clear mind. When your mind is clear, you move slower, but smarter. You react less, but act better. You listen more and speak with intention. You trust yourself. That's real power. Not dominance, not noise, not control over others. Control over your inner world. You don't need to fight your thoughts. You need to lead them. You don't need to escape your mind. You need to understand it. Clear your mind from toxic thoughts, not by force, but by awareness, consistency, and care. If this message grounded you even a little, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, comment what you're letting go of or what you're choosing to protect. And remember this, a calm mind doesn't make life perfect. It makes it manageable, meaningful, and strong.